China has taken a bold stance by condemning the United States for blocking a ceasefire in Gaza. On Wednesday, November 20th, 2024, the United Nations Security Council failed to adopt a proposal for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. The proposal aimed to halt the violence and allow humanitarian aid to reach civilians caught in the conflict. It was put forward by the 10 elected members of the body, that is Algeria, Ecuador, Guyana, Japan, Malta, Mozambique, South Korea, Sierra Leone, Slovenia and Switzerland. The resolution, despite gaining 14 votes in favor, the United States used its sole veto vote to block it, citing concerns over its wording and the exclusion of a condemnation of Hamas. Russia and China sharply criticized the U.S. veto. Russian officials accused the U.S. of prioritizing geopolitics over humanitarian needs, while China called for the international community to hold the U.S. accountable for obstructing peace efforts. Fu Kong, who is Beijing's top envoy to the UN, said China was very disappointed with the result. Fu Kong reiterated that the repeated use of veto by the United States has reduced the authority of the Security Council and the international law to an all-time low. The Chinese diplomat also slammed the U.S. for having shattered the Gazan people's hope for survival and pushed them further into darkness and desperation. He added that nearly 44,000 people have been killed in Gaza, and the U.S. still does not hesitate to use its veto, highlighting that it is not just a number, but behind it could be a child, a nursing mother, or a breadwinner of a family. Now backing China's stance, Russian senior diplomat Vasily Alexeyevich Nazbentia addressed the U.S. as fully responsible for the deaths of tens of thousands of innocent civilians. He requested that the American representatives should perhaps read through the resolution thoroughly before voting against it.
Yesterday. Now I will address my American colleagues and say that you today have definitively shown that you are fully responsible for the death of tens of thousands of innocent civilians, for the privations of refugees, suffering of hostages, and the illegally detained Palestinians. It was very interesting to hear the representative of the American representative today in the wake of the vote. For example, he said that the resolution does not contain provisions on the release of hostages. Well, it does contain such a provision. Perhaps the U.S. representative should read through the resolution before voting against it. He also stated that the resolution does not have a condemnation of the attack on the 7th of October. I would like to remind our American colleagues here that it was the United States who, on the 18th of October 2023, vetoed a Security Council resolution which condemned a condemnation.
As suspected, the United States defended its decision. U.S. Deputy Ambassador Robert Wood said the resolution did not sufficiently address Hamas attacks or Israel's right to self-defense. He said that a durable end to the war must come with the release of hostages, stating that the two goals were inextricably linked. Washington's decision could be linked to its long-standing alliance with Israel, despite growing calls for balanced diplomacy. This veto has sparked global criticism, intensifying divisions at the UN. It also underscores the shifting dynamics in global diplomacy, as Russia and China position themselves as advocates for a more multipolar world order. The deadlock at the UN raises critical questions about the future of international diplomacy and humanitarian intervention. As the crisis deepens, will the world find a way to unite for peace? What's your take on the U.S. veto? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more global updates.